sometimes devotees have the idea that before chanting each round, on the head bead, one should chant the Panchatattva mantra. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Shari Gaura Bhaktavinda. That's another thing that Prabhupada never instructed us to do. And I was at so many initiations, Prabhupada gave the instructions, so you start on this side of the beads, you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You reach the other side, then you don't cross over, you turn around, you come back. In this way, one round, another round, another round. There was no Panchatattva Mahamantra. Prabhupada always did kirtan, in my experience, in the same way. In the morning he would chant Gurvastakam, then Sri Krishna Chaitanya, the Panchatattva mantra, and then the Hare Krishna mantra. And then he would stop. He would begin very, very slowly. He would gradually build up speed. Then he would reach a crescendo, and then he would stop and chant Prematani mantras. And in the evening, when there was kirtan Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, back in the old days, Prabhupada would chant the entire Mangalacharana, all of the verses of the Mangalacharana, very slowly. And then he would chant Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Panchatattva Mahamantra, then the Hare Krishna mantra. And he would again build up the tempo, and then he would stop. There was nothing else in Prabhupada's kirtan. There were no Nitai Gaur Haribols. There were no deity mantras, names. The Prabhupada loved the deities more than anyone, but he didn't chant any names of particular deities. These things were all added later. Prabhupada never referred to Subhadra Devi as Lady Subhadra. That seems to have been something that devotees have picked up on the British model. If it's Lord Randolph, then it must be Lady Randolph. But Prabhupada, it was always Subhadra Devi, or never Lady Subhadra any more than it was Lady Radharani. It's not that because it's Lord Jagannath, it then becomes Lady Subhadra and Lord Krishna and Lady Radharani, unless we're going to enter into British titles of nobility with countesses and duchesses and so on. Someone asked Srila Prabhupada if the universal form was just for this universe or whether it encompassed many universes. Prabhupada said one universe is enough for you. Prabhupada had an exceedingly deep sense of, he showed an exceedingly deep sense of duty. He expressed so many times that he was carrying out his duty to his spiritual master. I related that story, how Prabhupada conducted a big initiation and everyone was in ecstasy, and Prabhupada just said that we have increased the parampara from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's a matter of duty. So Prabhupada was so balanced. He wasn't carried away by kind of giddy enthusiasm. He wasn't depressed by setbacks. He wasn't stopped by anything. He had a duty to perform, and he carried out that duty. The personal praise and gifts that were offered to him, he accepted as a matter of duty to offer to his spiritual master and through the parampara to Krishna. The translation that he did, the publishing that he did, his priorities, his training of his disciples, it was all in line with the duty that he'd been given by his spiritual master. And that duty Prabhupada performed with that such commitment. And that I have that in mind as one meaning of gravity, that Prabhupada was very serious about the duties that he performed. At the same time, he was joyful, he was so jolly. Prabhupada used that word, that a self-realized person, the first symptom is that he should be jolly. So Prabhupada was jolly, he could tell jokes, he could make plays on words, he could really relax and have a good time with the devotees. He could be cutting, he could be withering when he wanted to criticize. He could be sarcastic, he could be insistent, he could be so many things. But it was all in line with his duty as a servant of his spiritual master and a servant of Krishna. And at least at the moment that you're asking, that quality stands out in my mind.